Hi, I'm going to do this quick video. I don't know if anybody's interested in this, but for a long time I've enjoyed adult coloring. I think I've been doing it for a few years, and I had bought some markers from Leisure Arts, and I didn't enjoy them at all. I didn't like the bleed through. I didn't like I didn't like the blending. I just didn't enjoy markers. And so I had bought some colored pencils, and I think it was these. These are Crazy Art, and these are very inexpensive. I think I got these at Walmart. As you can see, they're not sharpened at all. But I also, when I was poking around for stuff that the kids had left behind, I found this General Layout pencil, and it's basically a sketching pencil. And there was some Liquid Mark colored pencils, but not very many. So I bought the Crayola, and I bought, these are for kindergartners, but I actually kind of like using these in a weird way because it's a fatter pencil, so if your hand is tired. But these are not, these are considered student grade and below pencils. So I did that for a while, and this is how they color. And that's fine if you're just tired and you just want to quick, do a little fill-in or whatever. But I really wasn't fond of the shading aspect. And so it's not that I stopped coloring, but I just, here's another example of just flat, not a lot of shading technique. This is a really old book, by the way. So one day I was watching Corn Flower Crafts, and she had done a haul, and she had bought some watercolor pencils from Hobby Lobby. And I was like, well, what are these? And so I emailed her, and she said, well, you should, I'm sure there's tutorials on YouTube. They're really interesting. I've used them for years. They're not a new thing. You should check them out. So I went on YouTube, and I was looking at watercolor pencils, and I thought, man, that's pretty cool. I'd like to try that. So I bought these, and I got these from Dollar General, and I think I paid $2.50 for them, and I like them, and I was intrigued. And I was so intrigued that when I went to Michigan, I went to see my sister Terry. Now, her and her husband both graduated from Kendall School of Art and Design in Grand Rapids. In fact, John taught there, Terry taught there. Now, John, he teaches part-time there, but he also does other work in graphic design. My sister Terry happens to be all grades, elementary to high school art teacher at a private school. Both of them are super talented, super knowledgeable about the art world, which I am not. So I was asking Terry what kind of watercolor pencils she had, and she said for her buck that these did the trick. Now, she didn't use them a lot, but she had bought a pack of these, and she couldn't remember how much she paid for them. And so I was up in Michigan, like I said, and I was with Pam Van from Pam's Paper Place here on YouTube, and she took me to the craft outlet in Grand Rapids, and I found this set of Sargent Art 24 watercolor pencils, and they were $3.75, which is a crazy good deal. But it gets even better. Pam had gotten an email, and if you tell the cashier the word of the day, and the word of the day that day was lemonade, you get 50% off. So I got 50% off $3.75. So you do the math. So like $1.95. So 24 watercolor pencils for $1.95. And I was like, what? What a fantastic deal. So I did bring some crochet with me. I didn't really do anything with it. It was a very emotional and physical trip. For me personally, there was a lot of things to do as far as with the family and sorting and um, seeing a family reunion. And it's hard because, you know, I miss my mom, and, you know, there's still a part of me that's angry that she's not there. So for me, coloring is one of the mindless things to do. So I have this book that Dolly had given me, and I took it with me mainly because of the size. And the size, as you can see from my hand, it slipped in my purse well, so it traveled well, is why I took it. Here's an example of using the first part of this book. I just used these. These are Crafters Companion, no, something I can't read. Crafter's Closet. Anyway, they're from Dollar General. These were $2.50, $3. So anyway, there's several ways you can use watercolor pencils, and how I did actually achieve this is I had a little cup of water and I was dipping the colored pencil in there and then doing that. Of course, it's smeary, it's wet, but since this is just like a practice book for me, I was not too concerned with it. Here's some leaves I did. Leaves, I should say, not leaves. And here's also just messing around, trying to figure out how these work. This is when I first got the watercolor pencils, the cheap ones. I was just trying to figure out, you know, what is up with this. And there's only 6 or 8 of them in there. 3, 6, 7. There's 8 in that box, so obviously there wasn't a lot of scale. So this is me dipping the pencil tip in and then, you know, messing around. And, you know, whatever. This is what I worked on while I was in Michigan for de-stressing. I started this off in the cheap pencils, and then after I had gotten these from Sargent Art, which were also cheap, but they're higher grade than the ones from Dollar General. But this one, I didn't dip the pencil lead. A couple of the leaves I did, but this one I mainly, you know, I was coloring and trying to shade and blend and just practicing to see what I could do. And then I took a Q-tip and I went over it and I smudged. And actually, it's not coming through on camera very pretty, but this especially side I like. And then, let's see. Oh, this is also with the cheap Dollar General ones. This is me just playing around, seeing what I can do. That's dipping the pencil tip in some water and then, you know, messing around with it. And this one is also, you do not have to use the watercolor pencils as straight up watercolor pencils. You can just use them like regular pencils. This flower does not match, so just ignore that. But yeah, this I didn't put any water on. If you put the water on, it'll make it look more watercolorish. But this is just my de-stress thing, you know. This is just me trying to do shading techniques, layers and layers and layers. The other thing you have to realize that if you're interested in color pencil, truly, it's a slow medium. And what they mean slow is slow. Slow, you know, color, and layers and layers and layers of browns and pinks and, you know, reds and greens and blues. It's just, you know, you need to add layer after layer. So I was pretty proud of that picture, except for that flower doesn't match. But anyway, here's my robin. But, yeah, that. The other thing I'd like to eventually invest in, I got 2 of these for $1 at the craft outlet. And this is Prisma, and these are the Premier. And these are oil-based, I believe. And, if you look at that picture of the tree that I did right here, this right here is this color. But of course I went over it and over it and over it. But yeah. So maybe for Christmas or my birthday I'll invest in some Prismacolors. So, but yeah. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. It's kind of a weird off video for me, but have a great day. Bye.